I've been saying to you, if there are witnesses, especially John Bolton, Mick Mulvaney, and that crowd, that they're going to convict Trump and remove him if they're witnesses. But I also have been saying to you that the big bombshell here is not the impeachment trial. The big bombshell is going to be Rudy Giuliani. Now, I don't have a direct way on how this is all going to work out, whether Rudy Giuliani will be somehow or another before this trial is over, will be subpoenaed to come and testify, or whether the trial will be over with, they don't convict and remove, and then Rudy Giuliani will step forward and they will chase Trump out of the White House. The Republicans will, but Trump is going. However, the thing I think is important here is that if there are witnesses, potentially, if you can get witnesses and they're pushing the witnesses on the back end of the process, I never heard of that. And Adam Schiff and Hakeem Jeffries and Loughran and Val Demings and that crowd, they're making and Gerald Nadler, they're doing an excellent job of raising the preposterousness of a trial without witnesses. It's a document. It is crazy. And that's the only, I mean, it's a powerful argument. It is resonating with America. It is resonating even with the Trump lovers that it's a cover-up. It's a sham. And of course, Cipollone and Sekulow and a bunch of others are trying to say, well, you could have had these witnesses when the Senate Intelligence Committee was sheriffed and the House Intelligence Committee and the House Judiciary Committee, but Nadler and Schiff met, you could have the witnesses then. They subpoenaed them, but that matter would have gone through courts, and everybody knows it'll take them 2 to 3 years to try to finalize that whole process in the court. Meanwhile, Trump would have cheated and got his second election. So they had to move quickly. And everybody knows that. So the argument that you could have had witnesses in your intelligence and the Judiciary Committee, everybody knows that Trump, in a sweeping statement, said, I ain't releasing no document. I'm not even releasing any toilet paper. He said, if you Democrats, you liberals, come over here, I ain't releasing no documents, I ain't releasing no witness, and if you come over here to the White House and use the bathroom, I ain't releasing no toilet paper to y'all. I mean, Trump said, I ain't releasing no toilet paper. Shout out, ain't releasing no document, but y'all ain't getting no toilet paper over here. That's Trump. Yeah, that's that bad boy, Tribulation Trump. That bad boy told Adam Schiff, I ain't gonna release no toilet paper to y'all. Anyway. But so here, I think that, you say I'm biased. Okay, all right, fine. You're wrong. But I think I think yesterday was a day better than having witnesses. I mean, because we already know. Here's what the whole idea of witnesses. We want John Bolton and Mick Mulvaney and all that crowd to actually say that Trump said that they did it. Well, you just want to see it, right? Because you already know it. Everybody in America, even the Trump supporters, they all know it. They all know Trump did it. I mean, it's like OJ, right? Everybody know OJ did it. So to say you have witnesses mean you want to hear somebody else already tell you what you already know. That's all America already knows. You say, well, if they hear somebody say it like John Bolton, they'll be more inclined to remove Trump. That's probably true. And that's probably true. I'm argue against that, but I think the thing is that John Bolton, he said they got something new to tell us. Like what? That's a lie. John Bolton ain't got nothing new to tell that we don't already know. That boy, I think he's gay, John Bolton. Don't you? I think he look like he's gay. What that mustache? Your father's mustache. What's wrong with him? I think he's gay. But he ain't got nothing new. We already know everything that went down in that Zelensky-Ukraine deal. We already know what went on. So here, the whole matter is this. is that if they're witnesses, people might then have the courage. People like Susan Collins and what's that Murkowski woman and all that other crowd of people up there, those so-called moderate Republicans, may find their courage to actually vote to convict the boy. Because they can point to, they can tell their constituents, see, John Bolton said he did it. But listen, Susan Collins already knows in her heart that the boy did it. She already knows that. So her conscience and her heart and her purity, but she wants a witness. Can I get a witness? Marvin Gaye, can I get a witness? So I think I'm convinced that if there are witnesses, I'm not sure there are going to be any witnesses, but I can tell you this, here's what I smelled. Here's what my Sherlock Holmes nose tells me. My investigative faculties tell me that the Republicans and Trump are definitely afraid of one human being who is a witness to take the stand, because if they do, they don't have any defense. They don't have any defense. And they don't have a defense. Normally they could say, well, Trump did it, but it wasn't impeachable. They can't say that because Trump won't let them say it. They don't have a defense. So they keep throwing mud and calling names and saying that they should have gotten more witnesses and that this is a rush job and, it's a quickie, all that kind of stuff about the process, right? But they don't have a defense. They didn't say Trump didn't do it. Here's the proof. Trump did not hold back. Trump, it was not that what they said. But there ain't no defense. It is played, and I don't think anybody in America needs to see a witness. Now they may get them, but then the other thing is Mitch McConnell was able to write a program, if you will, resolution that the witness will testify after the trial. I ain't never heard of that. I've seen a whole lot of black people go to trial. Lord, be black and go to trial. In America, are you kidding? You ain't seen nothing. You be black and go to trial. And you can see some stuff. Be black, you're black, you're jiggy with it. You've been jiggy with stuff like that all your life, right? You're black, so you've been jiggy with stuff like, you're Hamite, right? You've been jiggy with that all your life. With black people, they say, have the trial and then bring the witnesses. They don't even do black people like that. I swear. I'll tell you, if we're in the tribulation, I don't know what could be the tribulation. It's crazy. No documents. So what the Republicans gonna do? They ain't got no documents. There's nobody to cross-examine. What? You just keep calling names? I swear, I've never seen anything like this. I don't want to go back to prison now. I don't do that. So that's why you always talk about it. Listen, stop asking so many questions. You're like, anyway, but my thought is this, I wonder what the boys in the joint are talking about. I wonder what they're talking about in Pelican Bay. They're probably watching this, right? And they're probably, getting news of it. The boys up in Dannemora, up in Attica, right? Or in some of the major prisons around. They're sitting there and they're watching this. I wonder what they think. I'd like to know, because prisons really get into this. A lot of guys go to prison and become lawyers, right? They become jailhouse lawyers. Where you going? I'm going to the law library. I want me to handle your case. 2 packs of cigarettes. So I wonder what they think about this. Because this got to be blowing their minds to watch this trial going on. And why here's Mitch McConnell, right? But if you ask me, of course I'm sure you asked, that's why you logged on. You want to know what I think. And I'm going to tell you what I think, and what I think is always right, as you very well know. But I can tell you this, that the shift in the boys are doing a great job of getting the public acclimated to the fact that Trump is running a cover-up, and that he's actually been able to get Mitch McConnell and all this crowd of Republicans, Jay Sekulow with his ugly self, all of them to get into run a cover-up. And I think they're putting the information is compelling. I was watching even that Val Demings woman, that the woman was police chief down in Orlando. I think that they're doing a great job of getting the information out. So no matter what happens, Trump is finished because this information that they're putting out is so compelling. Now, starting today, they're going to start presenting their case. I'm thinking to myself, what are they going to present? They presented the case yesterday. They're probably going to do the same thing all over again for the next 3 days. So that'll take us up Monday, today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then the Republicans who will have 3 days to present their case will start on Saturday. But I don't think the Republicans will use 3 days. They could probably do all that stuff in about 2 hours because they ain't got nothing to say. They ain't got nothing to say. They got 3 days, but they could probably do it in 3 hours. But the deal is this, is that when the Democrats, I think once all the information start coming out, you're going to see other stuff happening on the outside of the trial, of information being brought up, people start confessing and a whole lot of stuff, getting the Holy Ghost, and a lot of people going to Jesus. Well, I shouldn't say that because I don't think these Republicans, these white supremacists know anything about going to Jesus. I don't think that Jesus would accept them even if they came. I'm not judging what Jesus would do. I'm just telling you what I think. This is a bit of a news blog we do looking at spiritual wickedness in high places for the most part, making some observations about it and giving people a biblical foundation to the way of interpreting rather than have Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham or Janine Pirro or Anderson Cooper or Rachel Maddow or Don Lemon, Rush Limbaugh interpret what's going on in the world. You come to me and I'll tell you based on what the Word of God says. They'll just give you their worldly, sinful view. But the Manning Report will tell you what God has said, whether to say yea or nay, whether to go or to stay. You'll be led by the word of Almighty God. Come to the Manning Report on a daily basis to interpret the spiritual wickedness in high places, because there's plenty of it that's going on. And so I'm the Lord's servant, James David Righteous Rebel Manning, and I'm here to serve you with news and information.